finding that I was still doing all this. I rang the Blind Foundation. I said, look, I am really struggling. The irony is sometimes big is not better, because I can see more on my phone than I can on a big screen. And that's because my amount of sight I have is about that much. So a lot of my work, even is on here. But I can't read stuff. And he's shown me this. And it wasn't an app or anything. It was actually on my phone, Samsung phone. And I would imagine ISOs would have it as well, iOS, Apples, whatever they're called. And it was accessibility, and he did it so that there's a little wee person right down the bottom there. I don't know how to do it because he did it quite quickly. You'll have to find someone under 30, I should imagine, to do it. And when you push it, this red button comes up, which I can see. If I've got something on here, I touch that, and then I touch that. Oops, sorry.
2/3 Ashmore ZV 265 -00008 B1 S1978.
Reading my pattern out to me.
Terms of use of this pattern on our website. Copyright sign Rowan Yarns.
So I can now get things that I couldn't get read out to me on my phone, like knitting patterns. I'm so excited. The guy just he had a giggle, the guy from the Blind and Low Vision. Kenzie's getting a bit growly because someone's arriving.
No.
Yeah, she's a bit naughty on that. So when the mailman or someone on a farm vehicle comes, she growls. And so we're trying to get a handle on it. So you'll hear my partner growling at her now, telling her to sit and behave. So she is a bit naughty on that one.
No.
Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so I can now have patterns read to me on my phone, which is super exciting because, I'd be at night time, I'd have the light on and I have my phone and I'd be extending it. Is that a 1 or a 6 or, it looks like a 9. Oh gosh, I'm just going to have to hope like heck it's a 9 and see if it works. So that's what I've been doing. So that's another one. So I can't tell you what it is. It's in your settings under accessibility. You're just going to have to play till you find it, but evidently all phones have it, or it's an update that you add to your accessibility. Easy peasy. She says, no, I didn't do it. Recommended anyway. So those are two things. You don't have to be, you can just be low visioned to use those. I know I'm blind and low visioned, but if you are just simply, well, not just simply, I shouldn't minimize that because low vision is hard too. If you are low visioned, you can use that as well. So, or even if you've got reasonable vision but struggle with the written word. Anyway, that's a really useful, really, really useful 2 apps, or 1 app, Knit Companion and the accessibility thingity-bobbity on my phone. Yeah. What's on my list? What's next? Oh, we've got friends that are expecting, and my son and his wife over in Australia are expecting a little boy too. So I have got a friend of mine, and the reason I didn't do them is because they're black, and I just can't be knitting black anymore. And we've got friends that are expecting here, and they're due. Their baby's due, actually. She'd be overdue now if she's not in the home having her. Oh, we don't know what sex it is. I wanted something very Kiwiana to give them for their babies. So my son and his wife are living in Australia. He's a Kiwi, and they're having a boy. So I got them made for him, no name yet, him, and we don't know what sex this wee bubby is. And our neighbours down the road, friends of ours, don't know what sex, but they're farmers. So I got a friend to make little red band booties. Look at that. They've even got the R for red band on them. How cool are they? So they're going to get some red bands. So I thought I might buy some extra. Kiwis will all know what red bands are. They're gumboots. If it went for your gumboots, Google Fred Dagg gumboot song. Kiwis live in gumboots, and red bands are the bee's knees. Although my partner quite likes the Scalar Up as well. But I just thought there was something a little different, from your ordinary booties. Scalar Up gumboots. Red band gumboots for the newborn babies. Yeah, little gifties for them when they've had them. Thank you, Brenda, for knitting those. I really do appreciate it. I just can't do the blanket now, so it's a finished object, but I didn't knit them. But aren't they cute? Something just so different. I thought what I might do was, I've got a 3-year-old granddaughter over in Australia. My son has a 3-year-old daughter, and they're expecting a wee boy. So I thought what I might do is buy a pair of red bands, actual gumboots, that'll fit a 3-year-old, and send those with those, so she can have the gumboots and the wee little newborn can have the booties. She might find that quite cool. Bit of Kiwiana for her. Gumboots are great with the little ones anyway, aren't they? And red bands are really good quality. Again, not sponsored. So there we go. Where are we up to? I've got so much down here to show you, so much exciting stuff. Oh my God. The bank card has really taken a thrashing, but you know, as I've said, normally I travel. Normally I go to Aussie to see my son this time of the year. Obviously I can't do that, so I have spent a little bit of money, extra money on the hobbies to compensate. So I've got heaps to show you, some really cool stuff. Now a friend of mine and I went to a workshop a couple of weeks ago, before this COVID thing hit me. A dye your own wool, and her name was Margaret, and she owns Squishy McDo, which is a wool shop that she sells her beautiful dyed indie dyeing from. And I'll just get the piece of paper to show you. So the dyeing wool shop, we learned acid dyes, solid, semi-solid and speckled. And her name's Margaret Collins, Squishy McDo. And we did a one-day workshop and we dyed our own wool. It was so much fun. Really, really fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And so I thought it might be here to show you, but it hasn't come yet. Skeins had a massive sale on. They had an epic sale on, and they have what's called naked wool, which is natural merino wool, or natural with nylon. And it was quite a good sale. I think I got 20% off or something. So I bought quite a bit. I figured I might get together with my knitting club and we can have a go at dyeing some wool, and they can just, you know, if they want to use my stuff, they can pay for a hank, you know, for whatever I pay for it. So cool fun. Loved every minute of it. So we were lucky, and we were lucky enough. We worked to make our own wool. So we did a solid, what are they called again? Solid, semi-solid and a speckled. So what I decided to do is DK. You had a choice of DK or 4-ply. I've been doing a lot of 4-ply, so I quite like the idea of a DK for a change. And so I did the 3. I'm going to show you them. Here's my solid. Look. It is called Centre Red, or Red Centre. It's really quite nice. It does look a wee bit darker, I think. Oh yeah, that's better. So that was that one. So I thought that was the solid that I dyed, and it was just a plain cream. Thought I like that, so maybe I'll do a faded cardigan or faded something, shawl, or so the semi-solid. I thought, well, if I put one of this colour in it and some other colour, then that will be good for that. So I used that colour and I made a semi-solid, but I put purple in it as well. So we've got the red, the purple, and that natural cream is what colour normally is. So that was my semi-solid. And then I thought, right, so now I need a speckled, and I'll put the same colours in. So I made a speckled, and I put the red, the purple, and the natural in. Not sure if there's enough for a cardi, but I could use just one of the natural cream without anything in it, so that I've got 2 solids in those 2. But anyway, I think that's going to make something really cool. I haven't quite worked out my yardage and what I can make with it yet. Maybe a little cropped cardigan with 4 of them with short sleeves, or there is a really nice pattern that is just a short sleeved, scoop necked, fitted just like a t-shirt really, and it's Andrea Mowry, I think, and it's a faded one. It's not a DK, it's a full ply, but if I did some figures, and the master classes in Wardrobe Toolbox have told me how to do that, I might be able to convert it. Or I'm sure if I found a DK pattern. But I'm so happy with them. So if you get the chance to do her workshop, she's from Bulls, I think, or Martin, somewhere up there, but she travels around. So yeah, if you hear of Squishy McDo, Margaret Collins doing a workshop, highly, highly recommend it. It was just so worth every penny. That's very much fun. She's actually coming back to Masterton to do a blocking workshop and teach us all how to block properly, and that's a skill that is new to me too. So although I've done a bit of blocking recently, I just do it by gosh or by golly because I really don't understand the nuances of it. So I thought, oh, I'll go to that if I can as well. So that is what I'm so yeah, Margaret Collins, Squishy McDo. I'll put it down in the link later. One of the things she suggested to get, which I did, is a Resine wheel. $6 from Resine, and so it tells you what colours are your natural colours that go with the colour you're going. So say for example you wanted a nice yellow, if you can see that, then over the road it tells you, over the road across, it tells you what colours are your complementary colours, which are purple. So yeah, but it also can tell you each side what I think that's that one. It can get quite complicated. I've googled it and I've listened to lots of them, so you can do, I can't remember what they're called and I can't read that, but you can do one each side of the colour you want, you can do one over the other, or threes, or but that's a great thing for if you really don't are learning how to blend colours and what colours to blend together. So say you had a really cool orange yarn and you thought, well, what can I put with that? You can either go either side and say, oh yeah, they tone well with it, or a complementary one and go to one of these greens down here. So it's $6 at Resine's. It's on good solid cardboard, so it'll last. I think that'll be just a handy tool in my knitting toolbox. So I bought that. Oh, more buying. So when I went to Margaret's dyeing workshop, she of course had wool for sale as well. So I brought just these, not just these, but I brought these. They don't go together. There's 2 DKs and 1 4 ply. I just thought they might be quite good for socks and things. However, I could do with some advice. I have, and I've shown you this before. This is so these are Squishy McDo. So she's the indie dye. So this is a full ply, and I have shown you that a while ago I ordered from Happy Go Knitty, from Helene, one of her Māori full ply silk yaks in this brown. And I didn't expect it to be as brown as I thought it is. It's kind of a Milo brown. It looks like Milo. It's a beautiful colour, but I keep wondering what to do with it. And I did this is the first time I've put these 2 together, so I don't know if they go, but I just wondered whether, actually, they do go very well together. So what do you think? I could put that in there somewhere. Actually, I really like that. That's how do you get it to look so? You'd think they were made for each other. I'm really wrapped with that. Okay, so there's something that I can do with that one. The other 2 are DKs, and I have seen a lovely shawl that has sort of these colours in it. It's almost like a patinaed or old, reminds me of old Victorian colours. It's got this colour and a beautiful dark, if I can do it, sort of mossy green, which isn't a colour I would wear much, but I thought would quite like to make a shawl out of those two, and it's a really rich, dark patinaed sort of looking thing, so that might go for a shawl. So yeah, I bought those. Thanks, Margaret, for emptying my wallet, but I'm really happy with that, matching that, which I didn't expect, and that's the first time I've put those two together. I thought I'd wait for the podcast. My golly, I have been talking on. Nearly there. Now the next thing, I haven't opened this yet. I brought some more with my holiday money. Happy Go Knitty Helene is probably going for a trip on what I've spent at her Indie Dyes. I have not opened them. So I don't know if you have seen on Ravelry and everywhere that there's this pattern out called lunchtime tea, ladies lunchtime tea. Now, I don't particularly like the pattern myself. It's not something I would wear, but people are knitting it all over the place. But Helene from Happy Go Knitty knitted it in some colours that I just fell in love with, and I thought, I've got to have those colours. I don't want to make that, but I'll get those colours. So I brought she was making them in kits for the lunchtime tea. Now, I haven't opened these, so it's all new to me. You know those programs where people unbox stuff? So let's unbox, shall we? And see. These have been sitting for 3 weeks waiting for me to open them, and I kept thinking, no, I'll do it on my podcast. No, I'll do it on my podcast. So here we go. Oh. So that is custard. I think it's called apple custard or custard apple. Custard apple. That is the main colour. Oh yes, that is nice. Well, it's not really doing it justice, but it's a beautiful creamy green. Yeah, it's a hard one to. But that is beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly what I expected. Thank you, Helene. Exactly what I expected. Right. Package number 2. Oh, these must be the minis. So these are the minis for the stripes. So, I don't know what the colours are because it's not written on them, but those are the minis for the stripes. Oh yeah, they're nice. Yep. And what's in here? Must be more minis. I just ordered the kit, so I'm not sure, to be honest. Oh, are they the same colours? Oh no, they're different colours again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colours. 6 different colours. With the custard is the main colour. Oh, it's a bit hard to hold them up, but let's see what I can do. Oh, I think this is going to look lovely. I have no idea what I'm going to knit, but I just, yeah. So thank you, Helene. That's exactly what I expected. Oh God, I'm losing them all over the place. So, yeah, they're just going to look particularly nice, aren't they? All together. Excited. I don't even know what I'm going to